is First Step.
Hey, how's everyone going? My name is Kevin, and with me, as always, the man that has been known to measure his putts with his penis, Javi.
That's very false. Not nearly big enough. Not even close.
It's a lot. It's a lot of them.
Dude,
I'm about 100. I'm about 100 away.
Why do you think I have a 37-inch putter? Like my putter's super long. I'm overcompensating, dude.
Dude, how many putters are we at right now?
If you count the how many do I own? I probably own. It's double digits.
It's at least 12.
Yeah, I would say 12 or 13. The thing is, I have 4 out on loan to other people.
Oh.
A couple of them I'll probably never see again.
Those bastards.
But, yeah, I have a lot.
Are they all like Scotty Camerons?
No, actually, I only have 2 Scotties left. I've sold the other 2. I have one on loan and the one collector's that I'll never sell it. Yeah,
nice, man. Talk to me. How was your weekend, buddy?
Oh man, it's great. I'm excited. Got a big week. We're in it. We're
deep in it, dude.
The Eastern Conference Finals. The Cats. We are in a serious war here. It's a stressful weekend.
I was thinking about you this weekend.
I went to Universal.
That's nice.
Memorial Weekend.
That's super nice.
With the kid. Yeah, I was at the park during the Panthers game. I was watching it. I was like a psychopath sitting in these lines
for the game 4, the last one, or game 3.
No, game 3. This was game 3 because it was Sunday.
So you were angrily yelling at children.
5-4 in overtime. Yeah, it was bad. I was not the best. I was not the best.
Standing in line. Fuck.
Yeah, I was not in the best mood. I was a little frustrated with that game. We can get into it. And then last night was a big game.
So I was thinking about you. I've been thinking about you.
Company retreat this week too.
It's big time.
Biggest golf tournament of the year.
Listen. It is hands down the biggest golf tournament of the year. And there's only one reason why. It's because we're a part of it. And we're excited. We're excited for it.
For you guys that don't know, it's our Ryder Cup trip that we do with our friends. It's 28 guys in a house, 2 teams. It's a blood feud. It's a great time.
It's a good time. It's a good time. Me and Javi on the same team this year, so we will be mostly betting on ourselves at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm excited. I'm fired up.
Screw that other team.
We're gonna have a game 6 while we're on the company retreat, so I'm looking forward to that.
Speaking of, okay, so I was thinking about you this weekend, and the reason being was I am worried that we need the Panthers to close out this series quick because I'm worried that hat is just going to be like permanently stuck on your head. And
I can't take it off. Yeah, everyone's people are starting to finally notice that I just wear it every day during the
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I won't take it off. I wear it every single day.
Do you shower? Are you showering with it too?
No, I'm washing the hat.
Oh, okay.
Like I wash weekly. No, hold on.
Let it penetrate.
I washed it after last year's playoff run. I washed it. Then I
took off all that bad juju.
I don't wear it that much, and then now for this playoff run, I'm wearing it a lot again. And then once we win the cup,
then you won't wash it ever again.
Yeah, I'll probably retire it at that point.
Yeah, because once we win, you don't want to take off the good vibes that it has.
It's all the blood, sweat, and tears from the cup run. Can't do it.
So listen, the only thing I was thinking is I'm glad you're back to reality. I'm glad we didn't sweep them, and now hey, Rangers are a real team. They are equally matched with us.
Can we just get in?
Let's get in. That's what I'm saying. So I want to talk about. Dude, is Igor the best goalie in the NHL? Or at least is he playing at like it right now?
No, Bob is. You teed that one up, dude. What did you think I was gonna say?
I thought that your homer take was gonna drop a little bit, maybe, but I was completely wrong. Wrong.
Look,
dude, Igor looks like a wall, man. He looks like a wall. Like we take so many shots at him.
He has single-handedly kept them in this series. Look, this series could easily be 3-0. Let's be honest.
For the Panthers.
It could have been 3-0 after game. It could have been 3-0 after game 3. It could have been a sweep pretty easily. You think 3 of the games went to overtime, so obviously.
Yes.
But we have seen for the first time. Yes, I never denied it. My homerism is still strong, but Rangers are a good team.
I mean, they were the best team in the NHL this year.
I still think the Panthers are better. I think they have an insanely hot goalie right now. But I do think for the first time we have seen stretches of hockey that are very uncharacteristic for the Panthers, both in game three and mainly in game three. And then for a little bit of game four, like at the beginning there, came out a little the same.
A little tight, right? I think the word I'm looking for is tight. We don't look as loose as we're used to playing.
It was just okay. So game three, the first two periods, if you really look at it, the first two periods, if we don't get those two, the Rangers gave us 6 power plays in that game.
Yeah, a lot.
Right.
We
The only
should have
reason
gotten
why
swamped.
we're in it were because of that. Because if we don't have those 2 power plays where we scored those 2 goals, it's 4-0 going into the third period.
Right.
Where so they really 5-on-5, they took it to us for the first, in my opinion, for the first time all season, like all series, where they were finally we weren't able to impose our will on another team 5-on-5 for a couple periods there. The Rangers were they took it to us.
Yeah.
And it got me a little nervous. And then you saw, and I think and because of how good the Panthers played in that third period and in overtime, I think those shot stats are skewed, and everyone thinks, oh, the Panthers dominated that game. And yes, that third period, you finally saw them turn it on, and they really they wouldn't stop peppering the goalie. Overtime, same thing. We dominated the overtime. They just kind of had, they had that, kind of that what the Rangers have done. Turnover, a short, quick possession, and they find a way to get a goal. But we saw, what was the Kulikov, when Kulikov gave up the goal to, I think it was Lafreniere. I think it was the third goal of game 3.
Yeah.
He just basically danced right tiptoed in between 3 defenders in the Florida zone, flying in from the neutral zone. That previously would never happen with this Panthers team. That was so uncharacteristic, and that's what I was saying. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
we looked. Happen with it was Ekman Larsson and Kulikov. They got split. This guy split right between them, danced around. I mean, it was a filthy goal. Don't get me wrong. And we're talking one of the best forwards in the league.
Yeah, he's really stepped into his shoes. He's playing up to his name. He had a lot of hype.
He was prime time.
Yeah.
He's been great this series. But my point is, like, that's something that you never see. I mean, you do that against this Panthers team, and you're getting injured, basically. They're going to split you in half because they're going to rock you. And he just tiptoed around them. That's where I was like, man, what is going on with this team? We're not playing our normal hockey. I don't know what it was. We were, I guess, asleep at the wheel, if you want to say. Then the third period comes. We turn it on. Overtime comes. Same thing. And they got that goal. They clipped us in game 3. But what happens when you get into these high-scoring games, anything can happen. It was a 5-4 OT game. Last night, I think, was another great game. We saw a little slow. I don't know about you watched the game, right?
Same thing, yeah.
A little bit slow at the beginning. That first period, it was sloppy, undisciplined. Yeah. We took stupid penalties. But then came second and third period, and boom, you saw. I don't know if it's Coach Paul, if Maurice is just making the right adjustments, or these guys are just realizing it. But they came out, made great adjustments, and they look great for the.
They look great, man. I think it's what we've been saying. This kind of basically this whole season. The Panthers, their lines are so good and they're so deep, and it looked like at the second and third period, especially, the Panthers just looked on last night, right? Like they were super smooth, playing great defense, controlling the puck. Again, the Rangers have been scoring, but it's been like a lot of breakaways. Am I wrong? I feel like the Rangers isn't so much
they're scoring off the rush. They're from how we score. We've done a really good job of it in the last game, and when we've been playing in this series. Yeah. Where you see is we get the puck deep, we cycle the puck down low. You have these 40-second offensive zone possessions.
Right.
That lead to goals, where the Rangers have been more quick turnover off the rush, that or a power play. But you're not really seeing,
they're killing us on the power plays.
Yeah, you haven't really seen them grinding us down in the offensive zone, like, maintaining possession. It hasn't really been the case. It's been a lot more of the Panthers. At least last night was, which was great to see.
What I've noticed is that when the Rangers are winning, you could tell that the Rangers are playing their absolute best. When the Panthers are just coasting, like it doesn't look like the Panthers are being suffocated by the Rangers, right? It looks like the Rangers are just playing lights out, and the Panthers are just still there. I mean, what we've been seeing is the Rangers' best games, and they have 2 overtime wins.
Yeah, I think what you're saying, exactly. What you're saying is when the Rangers they've won, they're playing their best, but we haven't really seen them dominate play.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Florida Panthers are the better team. You could tell. Like when we're playing at our best, no one's going to beat us.
Like, for example, like we were saying, those first 2 periods of game 3 that I was just talking about, the Rangers were playing their best. I don't want to take anything away from them.
They're playing great.
That is a good hockey team. They're no joke. Like this series is all likely going to go to 7 games. I think it's still going to be Cats in 6.
Only because it could only be Cats in 6.
Only because that's the fastest that we could win. All signs are pointing to this actually going 7. So I don't want to take anything away from the Rangers, but it does look like you were just saying in that situation, it's really the Cats not playing their game. It's the Panthers not playing their game versus the Rangers really just taking over the game and dominating. Right. They're still playing great, but I don't see them taking over the game the way that these Panthers teams.
They have yet to win a game in regulation.
We've seen them do it during period stretches like that. We saw in overtime, the 3rd period of game 3, game 4 last night. Those last 2 periods, we dominated. They had a few stretches here and there. They had that weird goal to tie it up. That it was just a sloppy play on our part. But that's what I'm saying. It wasn't anything like it's all a mistake the Panthers made.
Yeah.
It's not like the Rangers are just coming out and just dominating and taking it to us and like there's nothing we can do.
Yeah. I meant to text you last night. Did you see that there's a play there that Barkov came in. It almost looked like a penalty. It was for a game. It was an OT. It was for, it was a hero moment for Barkov. And then they just took it from him. Did you know which one I'm talking about? It looked like it was a penalty. And then they said it wasn't. It was wide open.
Last night, you mean?
Last night.
Oh, yeah. So it was a breakaway?
Yeah.
It was a penalty. They were wondering if it was a penalty shot.
And they didn't give it to him.
They didn't give him the penalty shot. It was a penalty, though. They did give him a hooking penalty.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it be a penalty shot? Can you explain that to me?
It has to do. You have to have, I think, like enough distance in between you and the defender. Like, you have to have 2 full strides.
Okay, so some bullshit rule.
Yeah, that's how the rule used to be. It's got to be pretty clear cut that like you were alone, like untouched. Like he was on top of him the whole way down. It was a breakaway, but the guy was right on him. Mm-hmm. So he was just hooking him. Whereas if he was a clear breakaway, like unimpeded, and the guy comes up from behind, catches up to him and pulls him down, or slides and tackles him or takes him down, that'll be a penalty shot.
I just would have loved to see Barkey go in there.
It would have been amazing.
He's been playing really well all postseason. Probably one of our better players, if not our best.
He's been Barkov has been our best player. He's taken it to another level. This guy is playing.
Him and Verhaeghe, both of them really have.
Yeah.
Verhaeghe on power play. Ooh, baby.
He's a Ranger killer. I saw. I wanted to say. I don't know did I say it in the last spot, but so he's been one of my bets I've been doing is him over points because he had a streak where it was like 11 games in a row where I think he had over 2 points.
So we took out the Rhino. And we put in Verhaeghe.
Yeah. By the way, since we've taken out the Rhino goal, he's scored every playoff game since then.
We just know nothing. At this point.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I switched it to shots, and the other day he got 2 goals on 3 shots, and I bet
Rhino's another one that just kills power plays. Dude. He just scores on power plays. God. If we have power play, Rhino's your guy.
Yeah. I mean, he scored almost all his goals in the regular season off power play. 57 goals. He scored half of them on the power play.
Jesus, dude. So Panthers in 6. I do think that this might go to 7. I do see us coming out of it. It is difficult though. This is again. I talked about it last week where I think it's very evenly matched teams. I knew this was actually. I figured it was going to be difficult. Just because the Rangers are the Rangers, man. They're playing really good hockey. Igor's Igor, arguably the hottest goalie in the NHL right now, definitely during the postseason. If we're talking about shots saved, take the over on this guy every time because Panthers are shooting on him constantly, and he just stops everything, dude. That guy's got great hands, great with the stick. Dude, is Bob... I know Bob's a great goalie, but Bob doesn't have that stick play that Igor does.
I got a question for you. Who's been better between the two, Ranger for Dallas or Shesterkin? I think you could put an
argument for Dallas. I think you could put it for Ungar.
For a while there in the Boston series, I think you could have put Bob in that conversation.
Yeah.
I think he hasn't been as sharp this series. I will admit that the last couple games. Not that he hasn't been great.
A lot of bad rebounds. A lot of easy shots.
just a couple of those goals in Game 3. I think he probably wants back. He wasn't that sharp. He looked good. Yeah, he was great last night.
Yeah.
Can't take anything away from him last night. It was a tough hockey game.
You think he drops down too fast? I was hearing commenters talk about that. He goes down a little too fast, leaves the net open.
I mean, that's just this. Yeah, but I don't know. I think the two hottest, I think, is Ottinger and Shesterkin. I think they've been between the two. I would give
Igor's a beast, man. Igor's a freak.
Still give the lean to Ottinger. I think what he's done is crazy.
What I think is wild, though, is I don't have the stats in front of me, but, dude, I feel like Igor's getting shots on him constantly. Verhaeghe, Chucky.
The Panthers.
Bro, the Panthers are laying it onto this guy, dude. Hammering.
What was it in Game 3? Shot attempts, not shots on goal, because they don't, a lot of them don't go through, but it was like 100 and something shot attempts, like 108.
It's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Even if they're not shots on goal, the goalie, he's on top of it, right?
That was in Game 3. And I think it was like 70% of those shots were in the third period.
Jeez. Forsling is also just slinging it at these guys.
That period we peppered them in that third. And that's what we need. We need to see that third period for the rest of the series, which we saw a lot of it last game. But
yeah. So Panthers in 6.
Gonna be a nervous.
Or Panthers in 7. Any good bets you like from that series? I do love I still like the Chucky points, the Verhaeghe points.
Chucky points, Verhaeghe points. I've been doing a lot of those.
Igor saves.
I would go Barkov over on either shots or over on points. I think shots, just because I think you've seen an extra aggressive Barkov. Yeah. Usually he's that kind of player that he's a center that makes everyone around him better. He likes doing that. But this playoffs, at least the last, this series, you've seen him. Who is that?
Who do you think it's going to be? Who do you think?
I think that you've seen him. I've just seen him way more aggressive. He's shooting a lot more. So kind of like the over on shots on him.
I like that too. I think it's a cool thing.
And then the one you said, Shesterkin over on saves.
Over on saves, dude. That's a great bet.
You want a little New York? You want a little New York action?
Yeah, if you want to bet on the other side on the dark side. Let's go. Let's talk about Dallas. Let's talk about Dallas Oilers. Dallas is up 2-1.
Good series so far. Another
great series so far. They have another game tonight. I think Dallas looks really good, dude.
Yeah, but hey, look, the Oilers.
Dallas looks really good
Yeah, but the problem with the Oilers is we were just talking about goaltending. Their goaltending is hit or miss.
Yeah.
If what's his name shows up, they'll be fine. I think they'll make this a series, 6-7 games. I think they have a good chance to win. We saw that first game.
Mm-hmm.
He played well. The Oilers stars, you saw Draisaitl, McDavid. These guys play well, and they got that win. The next couple games, I think it was the overtime.
The first game was overtime. I think it was 3-2, Edmonton.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
And then the next two, you saw Dallas take them.
Yeah, bro, 3-1.
They were gonna lose 2 at home, and then they took one from the Oilers. This is gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be a good game. It's a great series. I think, man, I'm hesitant to say that Dallas wins only because I know McDavid is McDavid. He is a beast. He is arguably the best player in hockey.
So a question now. It's 2-1 Dallas. They're playing the second game. The Oilers are playing their second game at home. It's a must-win for them. You don't want to go 3-1 after losing 2 of them at home. This is basically the same situation the Panthers were in
yesterday.
Are you going to bet against McDavid and Draisaitl on that?
No.
That's
what I'm saying. I want to say the Oilers.
But my point is, who are you betting tonight? Who are you going to take in tonight's
Oilers.
game?
I'm going to take Oilers.
I like McDavid and Draisaitl. You can go over on points, over on goals. I like them to be both very active. If they win,
it's going to be from those two.
Them.
Yeah.
Big games from both of them.
Yeah.
Heyman maybe.
Do we even start talking Panthers versus Stars?
Not yet. We are in a war right now. We got to stay focused.
All right, buddy. Let's stop. I think hockey's pretty much done. Let's go into basketball. Boston, they got the easiest path of all time to the freaking NBA Finals. Screw them.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, dude. 4-0 sweep. That team just has so many
haters
weapons.
Because we're Boston haters, but
damn,
dude, that was a joke.
That was a joke, dude. The Pacers did not come to play, dude.
And I get it. You're the number one seed, so yes.
Yeah, whatever, dude. You're a great offensive team, whatever, dude. Boston's just one of those teams right now that I feel like they have, 6-7 players that could score 20 on you with their eyes closed. Their offense is crazy. I still think they're soft at this point. I can't wait till Luka comes in and just whips out his beautiful schlong on top of
Lucas. Are you saying that the Dallas is
I
good?
mean, they're up 3-1. I don't know unless Minnesota makes up like the most incredible comeback of all time and sweep the Mavs, which I'm not saying they can't, but man, it's going to be tough. Luka's playing lights out. Kyrie, yeah, he's okay. He played all right.
I got a question for you. Come on, hold on. First of all, relax, because Luka and Kyrie have both been incredible.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of the last game. Kyrie didn't look that great. That's what I'm thinking. But you're right. You're right. Kyrie's been having a great postseason.
It's a great postseason. They've been ham and egging it super well. Are they the best backcourt we've seen
in the NBA
ever?
No. Steph Curry and Clay
is better than Luka and Kyrie. You think so?
I think when they were playing, when Klay Thompson was playing and Steph Curry, man, I don't know, bro. That team was nasty. Who else would it be?
Yeah, but that team had other pieces on it. This team without those two there is no team.
There's nobody. You might be right. That's an interesting take. Are you thinking they are?
I don't know. I heard people like I saw like social media and stuff like having that debate.
That's like a super.
Like, are they the best? Again, obviously, I think they need to finish this run out. They would have to go to the finals and
win it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think that backcourt going against Boston and beating Tatum and Brown and those guys.
Dude,
I think at that point, then we can have the argument. I think it's a little premature right now.
Yeah, look, there's Steph, Clay.
Right Steph now, I would still give it to them. They have the rings. I know that some of them they had Draymond on those teams, peak Draymond.
Yeah.
You had KD. So there's a lot of other pieces there. I think the Dallas one is a lot more. It's them too.
You're not wrong. I think Steph Curry and Clay were nasty. I also think like there was like a team there. I'm sure Magic Johnson had a nasty backcourt. Probably.
I'm telling you, these are 2 top 5 guys in the NBA when they're rolling.
What about the Spurs? What about Tony Parker and Ginobili? Nasty.
Yeah, but are they dominating the same way without Duncan? That's what my point is.
Harden and Chris Paul. Harden and Chris Paul on the Rockets. Nasty. That's
a nasty backcourt. Get out of here, dude.
That's a nasty backcourt, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're talking about just the backcourt.
Just about, yeah, but you have to do something. To be a nasty backcourt, you have to do something. Like, the best backcourt, not just like individual skill players.
Okay. All right. I'm still going to go. I'm going to lean Curry, Clay. If the Mavs win, I might be willing to edge them out.
Also, do you think a home team is going to win a game in this series?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think the Mavs are going to have to win, right? Can you see Minnesota winning
like,
3 more games in a row?
Means nothing in this series.
No, nothing. Who cares? Do you think Minnesota could win 3 more in a row? Can they? Yes. Will they?
Look, here's the thing. If you think about the series, it's 3-1. But of all 3-1s that you've seen, it's about the closest 3-1 that I can remember.
It's a very close 3-1. Anthony Edwards was not playing well the first 3 games. Disappeared.
Every single game though have been super. First of all, he has disappeared. But have you seen those reports about him? After he's been like gas chasing Kyrie around.
Oh, of course, dude. It's exhausting.
Defending it. I think it was the last game 3. Game 3, it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I was wondering too. He didn't even take the last. He didn't take a shot at the end of the game.
No.
But whatever. So my point is, it came out that during the fourth quarter, when he went out, like the 2 minutes that he went out of the game, he had to go straight to the tunnel to get oxygen because he's like gas.
Like those little.
Like that's what they're saying. Yeah, they're like like actual oxygen because he's apparently he's dying chasing Kyrie around. Which I get. Kyrie Irving's a little water.
Kyrie's exhausting, dude. Yeah.
Steph Curry, and it's just him. He's just chasing him.
He's so good,
man. A lot of zone.
And Towns played so well last night. If Towns just does a little bit better and stop making freaking dumb fouls, him and Gobert making these idiotic fouls that were taking them out of the game. I see them doing, if they do the same thing they did last night, you could
Towns
tell.
hit those 2 threes last night.
No, Towns played lights out. He just had dumb foul. He was in foul trouble since the third period.
Yeah,
Or third quarter.
I thought for a minute there, I was like, oh, here we go again, because Dallas is even the games where Minnesota looks like they're leading or looks like they're gonna win. Dallas at the end of the game has stolen a couple of these games.
Yeah, bro.
You had the Luka one where he had the pull up. Kyrie, they always have that dagger, and I thought it was gonna happen again last night. But dude, Cat saved the day. Came out.
Is Luka a top 3 player in the NBA right now? Yeah, you have to.
I also love Luka though.
Yeah, so do I. He's a lot of fun to watch, and he's like great. But he really is playing like a top 3 player. I think
he's playing like a top 3. I've always put him, like, I would always put him in my top 5.
I think that's kind of more where he sets up is that top 5, maybe 4. But there's always seems to be some guys that jump in front of him. Right now, I think it's literally Joker and him. Like it looks so pretty. The only thing with either of these teams, either Minnesota or Dallas, is Boston's going to be scoring all over them. However, I do think that the edge that Minnesota and Dallas have is that they're both a tougher team, and I expect them to take down Boston. I know I wouldn't be surprised if Boston wins.
I think it would be very fun to see Tatum, Brown, and a Boston team go against Dallas.
Yeah.
Go against that backcourt. I think it would be super fun. I do also think that Minnesota would be Ant and Cat and these guys going against them. I think that'd be a great matchup also. I do think that whatever team comes out of the West will beat the Celtics though.
For sure. Is that just our bias though, saying, oh, we hate Boston sucks? Because Boston's been playing great this entire season, right? Like they've had a great season. Their playoffs, they've been fucking dominant. Like, are we just being idiots? And saying, they're not passing my eye test from like the teams that they're playing.
I think it's the only reason why I'm saying it is in the past we've had these good Boston teams, but they were always tough teams. Boston was always a tough team,
right?
Gritty,
physical,
little mean, physical. They haven't. This team haven't had to show that because they really haven't been tested in this series. To be honest, in this playoff run. Like, where has that tough test come? No one. They really haven't even had to play a team that has that kind of style of play.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
The East sucked, dude. The East sucked this year. Like
you had a half a Heat team.
You have an injured Heat team, an injured Indiana team, an injured Cleveland team.
A full strength Heat team would have been the biggest. A full strength 8th seed Heat team would have been the biggest test for this Boston team in the first round. Say they do we're full strength, the Heat are full strength, and Boston ends up beating us. Whether it was 4 games, 6 games, doesn't matter. They end up winning. That would, in my opinion, that team would have been their toughest test to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're talking about an 8 seed Heat team.
Yeah, exactly. So these other two teams, the only thing is there going to be anything left of these teams in the West? It's been an absolute war on that side.
Warpath for both teams. Yeah.
Like anyone that came out, we knew it though. Coming out of the West was going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
Yeah, I still think that Denver series was one of the better series. I think that's probably why we see this team a little bit lagging today or lagging the series.
That series took a lot out of them. It took a lot
out of them. It took a lot. Exactly.
And so then now you got to play a team with Kyrie and Luka, 2 guys playing.
Luka still looks hurt.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I know.
Even when he's healthy, he still barely runs. The guy's slow he's not slow. He plays slow. He's got that, I don't know. It's a meticulous game that he's not this high flying athlete like Kyrie, who's like a water
freak.
Crossing people up. Luka crosses people up, but it looks like he did it in slow motion. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But the dude's on the floor.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like,
I don't know, dude.
It's the perfect fundamental Euro game.
All right, final bets right now. What's going on in Mavs versus Minnesota?
I think I'll give you this. I think the Mavs do it, but they do it in game 6. I think Minnesota gets one more.
It's funny we said that. It's funny you said that because when we talked earlier last week, I said Minnesota if they ended in game 6, Mavs if they go to game 7. Now I'm the other way around it just because how the series ended up, right? But I do trust Luka and Kyrie over Minnesota with Ant and these guys in a Game 7 closeout game. What about whoever wins that? Who do you think? Is Boston losing no matter what?
Yeah, if both teams are healthy, I'm picking the West team.
All right, so we got Boston in the West.
Minnesota or Dallas, yeah.
So we got Boston versus the West. We're taking the West, and then we're saying Florida Panthers in hockey no matter what.
Yeah, that's a full homer pick, but
That's a full homer pick, baby.
That's a full homer pick, but I do believe it.
So next by next pod, we're gonna be getting into finals, man. Stanley Cup.
Yeah. We'll be talking
Panthers NBA Cup Finals. Are we excited or what?
Yeah. So I guess Game 7 would be Monday.
Saturday would be Game 6. Game 7 would be Monday.
Will be Monday. So either way,
we'll know.
Either way, next pod.
No, the only thing we might not know is the West in hockey if it goes to 7.
It'll be that night. We'll probably be recording during the game.
That's exciting stuff, dude. Guys, make sure. I don't have anything else to say. Do you?
No. Oh, if you want some soccer action, Real Madrid.
Oh, are you a Madrid fan or no? No, hell no, dude. I hate Real Madrid. That's such a Miami pick. Real Madrid. Fuck Real Madrid, dude. I'm an Arsenal fan.
My father-in-law
Gunners and an Inter Miami fan. Season ticket holder first year.
I follow Inter Miami, but I wouldn't call myself a fan yet.
They're playing Atlanta United right now. I think they're playing right now.
I like putting Inter Miami in my.
Listen, if we want to start talking soccer, we could start talking soccer, buddy.
Yeah, we'll do it after the finals.
That's fair.
There's nothing else to gamble on at that point.
There's baseball. He's thinking we're gonna have to dive into baseball.
No, we're not.
We're gonna have to dive in. We're gonna
talk soccer.
We're gonna talk soccer in Olympics.
Yeah, ooh, that'll be fun.
It's a track and field, dude. I've been watching the videos. I've also been watching sumo for you guys, just in case anybody wants to get into some sumo bets.
I got a question. How do you feel about betting on the Olympics?
Dirty.
Kind of
dirty because.
Why is that? I mean, I'm gonna do it, but
because sometimes you're gonna have to go against your country to make money. No, or what if it's like 2 Americans going against each other? Who are you gonna pick, bro? It's terrifying. You don't want to do
that. And you're really just gambling because you don't really know the athletes.
Oh yeah, it's complete guess. It's a complete. I have no idea who these people are. Boop, boop. Dude, you should see me in sumo. Sumo's. I don't even gamble because I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I'm watching, waiting, gonna get into it. It's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna become a professional. I'm gonna be the sumo expert for American media. People are gonna come up to me like, Kevin, sumo more than any other American. What do you know? And I'm just be like, I don't know, bro. Just
I mean that dude
guy.
looks like he can move.
Bet the big dude. He looks bigger than that guy. That guy pushes more. He gets more points. Dude, I don't even know the rules half the time. It happens so fast, Hav. I can't even explain to you how fast it goes.
I've seen matches. They're so quick. I don't even know.
So fast, dude. They score so fast. It's not even funny. And I could literally watch a whole tournament in 2 hours. Listen, when we plan our company retreat next year and we go to Tokyo, we'll all jump into a sumo match.
Oh, don't get me going on the company retreat. Can't wait.
Oh, quick bets on the company retreat. How are we looking? Let's say over on under Friday, there will be how many matches?
There's 7 and 7
matches?
What?
There's 7 matches on Friday?
7 matches Friday, 7 matches Saturday, and 14 on Sunday.
Okay, so on Friday, what's the spread?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do we think? Team Vic versus Team Chucky Hoops. Chucky Hoops.
4-3 good guys.
4-3 good guys. All right. What about Saturday?
Saturday gets away from them. 6-2 good guys.
Ooh, and then Friday we got 14.
Oh, and then Sunday 14. That's the one I don't know.
That's a clean
sweep. It always gets tight.
Are we doing a clean sweep that day, or are they coming back?
No. It's gonna be.
Let's say they come back. So we're 5-2, 4-3. So right now we're at 9-5. So do they come
10-5?
Ooh, 10-5. Did that make sense?
No, you're right. It would be 9-5.
It would be 9-5.
So we'll do Sunday. We got 14 matches. We will go. I think we win 8 out of those. I think we win 8 out of the 14.
So we take every day.
We take every day.
I like that. You hear it first here on the First Step podcast, baby. Team victorious.
Is that the first company retreat prediction of the year? That's
the first company prediction of the year. I'm gonna follow you on all these guys. Make sure you guys follow. You guys like us. You comment, subscribe, hit notifications. We'll be here every week on Thursdays. Hav, do you want to say anything?
Go Cats. Cats in 6.
Go Cats, baby. Cats in 6. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. We love you.
You've been listening to First Step. We told you we don't take this too seriously, didn't we? I'd say we've proven that. Yes, we love sports, and we love sports betting. But we like the funner side, not the stuffy side. We hope you had a blast like we did. If so, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on Instagram and TikTok at First Step Bets. See you next time on First Step.